Alright guys, welcome to this part of the video where I'll be showing you exactly how to use the tools of the Pixellab app. There are so many tools as you can see. Well, let's open the app so we can see what happens there. So if you open the app, this is exactly the interface you'll be seeing. I sent you two pictures that shows you what you would see. Up there, we have about 8 different buttons there, 8 different tools that are there. The first is the plus button. This is the project button. The project button is a button that helps you input a text, put in a shape, or import a photo from your gallery. If you click on import from gallery, you see it takes you to your gallery where you can import images from your own gallery. So that is just that about the plus sign you see there. The next you can see there is very, very easy. It is to save your project. You can save your project as a JPEG file, as a PNG file, or any file. Or you can save it as a project that you can come back to work on later again. That is that about the same parameter there. The next you see there is the share button. The share button is the button that helps you share this file or save this file also. You can decide to share it on your social media. So this share button helps you do that. The next that we want to talk about is one that is not often used, which is the quote button. The quote button there has the option where Pixellab gives you options where you can choose from some templates of texts that Pixellab have actually created. Yes, for example, you want to create a motivational post. Yeah, they've given you a text format that you can use to create that post. So that is just that you can scroll through that later and see how that can help you. The next button you see there is the learn more button or some more functionalities of the Pixabay app. So once you go through this, you see exactly how to use some of them. The next that you will see there is the delete button. Now it have just highlighted this text and it's asking if we want to do. So once you click on this, it will delete the text. I hope that is very, very clear. The next button you see there is the undo button. Those persons who are conversant with Photoshop, conversant with CorelDRAW, understand what this undo button does. And once you click on the button, it brings back what you have done before, what you deleted. It brings it back so you can also continue from where you when you stopped. So the next is just the zoom button. The next is to add grid lines to your design. Take for example, you want to align two documents together and you want this to be like, you need something like a rule for you to align them. So I just need to drag this new text here, drag this other one here. So you see that this document or these two texts are on the same line. They are starting from the same point. So this grid line is what I personally use to do this perfectly well. I hope you get my point. So I'm just going to delete this text so we can continue. Now, this button here is the layer button, one of the most important buttons on Pixellab. This button is the layer button. I will use a save project to show you exactly what this layer button does. So let me just open the project, this logo project. I'm sure you are conversant with this design you are just seeing. It was this design that you saw that actually made you be part of this class. So it is possible for you to highlight different parameters as you see, different parameters here. The reason why you can do that is because they are all lined up here in this layer button. You get it? So I can decide to lock this text, this very logo here, so it cannot move. If I unlock it, you see that I can now move it. But when I lock it, the logo cannot move. So I can decide to lock every parameter here, or I can decide to make it invisible, make it visible. If I also want to delete this, I can also do that here. So this layer button is what carries all the parameters that you have highlighted in your project. As we go further, we're going to learn more about how to use this layer effect very, very, very well. Now, if you go down there, you are going to see 5 different tabs. 5 different tabs. This tab, this tab, this tab, this tab. This tab basically helps you to change your default background. How do you want your default background to be? What do you want it to look like? It is this tab that actually helps you do that. You get the point. You want a pre-made layout. If you click on this, you see that it will give you this layout. Click on this, it give you this layout. Click on this, it give you this layout. So it all depends on what you want, how you want it, and it goes that way for you. So this first one here is just to help you get a pre-made layout, get that point clearly. Now this second here is just to help you edit a text. Take for example, there is a new text here and I want to edit it. I just come to this second one, click on edit, and I am good to go. So I can put in any text that I want to put in here, and you see that text will come up here. Now once you click on this text button, there are so many other things that you can do here. This is to delete the text, this is to copy. If I click on copy, you see it has duplicated it. So let me just go back. If I click to bring to front, click on bring to front, this is to bring this layer to front, bring this image to the front. Click on take it to the back. It has now gone to the back. So if I put any other text here, that one that I just put will be in front. I can also take that to the back with this option. So position button, how you want the position to be, to readjust, and the rest of them, very, very easy. Now another important tool is the text sizing button. So we can use this to increase and reduce the size. As you can see here, we can also add a padding. Take for example, I want some more text at the beginning, I want some at the end. So that is just how we can use that. I want some more space at the beginning and also at the end. You get my point? So the next is the color. I can decide to change the color of this text from here. Make it this color, make it this color, make it this color, and we are good to go. Now, to select more colors, this plus button you see here actually helps you to do that conveniently. There are a whole lot of other things that I'm going to teach you with this select more button for text. So let's just keep what? Listening to this course. Now there is another wonderful feature that Pixellab has. That is the texture button. I am just going to show you practically what this texture button does. Basically, it is to bring in a color from another image, a textured image, something like a material. You bring in that material and you import it into the color of this. See how it works. I have a texture already. I import that texture. This is this. You see this color? I import it. So I want that logo to carry this same color that you can see here. I just click on OK. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to click on texture first. Click on this. Click on texture. Click on texture. Then you can now import. 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 I want you to carry this color. Yes, you see the beauty of this. You have automatically imported the color of that image you saw there. So this is one feature that we'll be using so well in this course that I want you to master very, very well. You must know how to texture your job because the texturing makes it look very, very great. Opacity is actually the visibility of it. Do you want it to be very, 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 very visible? Or you want it to be what? Bold. That is what opacity is. So we'll learn more about how to use opacity in the course. Now the next is the rotate button. You can decide to rotate this. Rotate button. Where is it? Rotate. You can decide to rotate this. Rotate this. So it depends on how you want it to rotate. Now, changing the font is one thing that is very, very important. I can decide to change this font to this, change this font to this, change this font to this. And I click on OK. You see the font have changed. So whatever font you want to use, you can actually do this with that. Do you want it to be on italics? You want it to be underlined? Or you also want it to be bold? You can also do any of this with this. I hope you get my point. So now, do you want to curve this image or this text? You can see you can put this. I know ideas are coming into your head on what and what you can do with this feature of curve. We are going to learn all of that during the course of this study. So you have a lot of things to learn, I tell you. Now you know exactly what the align button is. You want to align your text and make it look very, very okay. That is that. Now spacing. I want you to observe how this spacing works. You want to space the letters of this. You see, letters are spaced. Letters are spaced, you see. So if you also want to space the lines, say we have different paragraphs like this and you want them spaced, You can use this space button, space line button to do that. You can also add a stroke to this document, to this text. What is a stroke? Let me quickly show you. Let me use this color so it will be obvious. A stroke. So take note of what happens here. You see that the stroke is just an additional beauty added to the text. You get the point? So you can increase your stroke and reduce your stroke depending on how you want it to be. So remember that we choose a pre-made template while we were actually using this, taking this job. We came over to the background here and they gave us this 3D template. You can also do this on basic text template. I will also show you how to do that. So the next button here is what we call the shape tool. The shape tool is actually what gives you more options to explore, just like your Corel Draw or your Photoshop. If you click on this shape, it can actually give you the option to manipulate and draw anything you want to draw. Take for example, I want to draw a shape that is not in the shape tool. You can use this to get that shape. I hope you get the point. So you can imagine, begin to imagine what you can use this kind of app to do. So let me just go back, delete. Now that's for that. Now you want to bring in an arrow here. You can see, you can bring in the position where you want the arrow to go and how you exactly want it to be. You can decide to choose any form of arrow here, anyone at all, and you are good to go. So I am just showing you the basic things that you need to know about the Pixellab app. Now this next here is to change this background. This background. Do you want to change the color of the background? You can just come here with a single click. You've changed the color of the background and you are good to go. So let me go back. You want it to be transparent? You want to change the image size? You want to crop the image you're working on? Or you want to import a background from your gallery? You just need to click on this and you bring this here and you click on OK and you are good to go. I'm sure this background looks familiar to you. Don't worry, we'll be doing a lot of jobs with this background. And this final tool here is just an effect tool. I want to increase the brightness of this background, or I want to increase the brightness of this text. It all depends on what you want to do. I hope you get the point. So Pixellab is an app that can do everything for you. You might be confused now. Oh, I don't know how to master the use of all these apps. Don't worry, we will go into all of that right from the scratch. We move over to the next one.